Hey guys, Gina here again. I wanted to show you, as I mentioned in one of my process videos from last week, I went ahead and made the binder that I was talking about for the upcoming layouts I want to make. And I made this binder here, as you can see, and there's lots of stuff in it. And I wanted to show you real quick what I did. But I'm finding that because of the ephemera all falls to the bottom of these pages, it's not staying quite the way I want it to. So I don't know if I'm going to put these in maybe a file so they're not in a 3-ring binder or something. I'm not sure. But this is what I came up with. So there are 2 different types of layout sheets that I made. And it's basically because this is the way that I keep track of what I want to scrapbook. So this is an overall event to-do list, if you will. So like if I have a birthday party or, you know, something big happens, like we go on vacation or we're away for a week, I use one of these and I put the event there, the dates that we went, and then all of the layouts I want to make from those events. And then when I make the layout, I have this other piece of paper, and this idea I totally got from Tracy. I take no credit for it whatsoever. But it's the title of my layout that I'm making, the supplies I use, and then what I need to do to make sure that I upload it to YouTube and my blog and everywhere else it's got to go. So there are 2 different types of kind of checklists that I use to keep track of all of this stuff to make sure that, you know, everything is the way it is. And this first one, they're not dated. I don't know, as I go through the photos that I have on my computer and make lists like this, I will know better when these dates are and I'll be able to pull them out and make them. But right now it's just called Undated Ephemera because I don't really know where that stuff goes. And this is before I did Project Life. All of this ephemera is kind of like before I did Project Life. This stuff now would probably go in my Project Life binder without a doubt. But before I did Project Life, I made layouts for every time we went to the movies or something like that, anything that we did. And that's kind of where that is there. But then you start to see, like, this is the first thing. This is what I'm going to make a layout of. It's my niece and her coloring and the date that she colored it. Oh, you can't see that. There it is. It's Sarah coloring and 1/2/11. And that's the layout. And it's not an event. It's not tied to an event. So it doesn't have one of these kind of sheets. It's just one thing. And it's going to be one layout. So I just went ahead and used this type of to-do list. And then, and the other thing I should have done is I bought the cheapest page protectors they had. And that wasn't such a good idea. But whatever. And then here's her drawing. Every time my kids draw or something, I make them put their name on it and the date so that I have that. And then there's her. So this is another niece and her coloring again. It's only one thing I want to scrapbook from that. So it's just the layout, the scrapbook page to-do list. And then here's Grace's coloring from February of 2011. She was very young then. And then I have a whole stack. My niece Madison colors all the time. That's all she does. And I have to keep every one of them. So they're all in there. I don't know what I'm going to do. But then like for our May 2011 anniversary, I know we went to dinner. I know we did these certain things. So I know what I have in there is the card that we got from Stu's mom. But I know there are other things from that anniversary that I want to scrapbook that surround that event. So you know, as I go through my photos and find the photos and the other ephemera and things like that, I will just add that and then throw the photos and everything else in here. Here's another niece's birthday party, the date that it happened. And again, there's the cake, there's the, you know, opening presents, there's just the funny things that happened that day that I'm going to scrapbook. So I used one of these event kind of pages. And then here is the invitation for that birthday party. And it keeps going. Like here, we went to see the Green Lantern. It's only one thing I'm going to scrapbook, and there's the ticket stub. This are professional photos that my sister-in-law had taken of my niece, and then they're just tossed in there. This is a bunch of journaling stuff that I just threw in there. Here's a drawing that one of my nieces did to me. Obviously, she's a bit older than the other ones, and she is quite the artist of the family, but she drew me this monkey. I love monkeys, and it's wearing a Steelers shirt. See that? Awesome. So there. But then, like, when we went to Monterey, there's many things that we did while we were in Monterey, so I used one of these description sheets and put that, and then I put everything from our Monterey trip in that page protector. So now when I go to scrapbook that trip, if I ever get around to it, I know that everything I want to include on my scrapbook pages is right in there. Here's a nephew's birthday. So again, there will be multiple things from that event that I want to scrap. So I used one of those sheets, and then this was a printout of my niece and my husband from Chuck E. Cheese where the big birthday party was held. So I wanted to hold on to that and make sure that I used that and scrap that. And then here I went to again, this is kind of stuff that I would do Project Life for now, but I went to this cool restaurant in Louisville. I don't know how they say it down there, but anyway. So I went down there, and it's only going to be a one-page scrapbook thing. It's not a whole event, but I kept, like, I got a postcard, and here's the receipt, and then like their little flyer. Here's my birthday, and here's where it gets weird with like what you throw in there. There's all my birthday cards, so it's making the binder very bulky. Here was our trip to Long Beach Island, and again, it's like I have shell. Oh, my shell broke. Son of a gun. Not happy. Gina is not happy now. Oh, my nephew. Oh, sugar and spice. This is not going to work. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep these. All that time they were in the file folder and nothing happened to them. And now, darn it. But all the flyers and the receipts and all of that stuff from that week that we were in Long Beach Island is in here. Thanksgiving 2011, my niece again with her drawings. We went to see the Muppets. I mean, things like that. Here's when I got my iPhone. There's the receipt for my iPhone. I have pictures of it. I'm going to scrap. Here's when we went to see Phineas and Ferb. When we went to see The Lion King. And here's our tickets and the program and things like that. Here's Christmas of 2011. So I have my Christmas cards. I have a professional photo, or two professional photos. I just wrote myself a note of my niece, and then my my husband's brother's family, my brother-in-law's family. They had professional pictures taken at Christmas time there. So I want to scrapbook all three of those. So here's where my husband burned his hand. So I have his hospital bracelet and all of his discharge instructions and things like that. And then here's his birthday. And then I did a swap online for Valentine's Day cards, and here are the ones that I received. So that's what I did with my binder. So, but now that shell is broken, I'm going to have to figure out a way to, maybe I'll put these back in the file folders in my rolling cart, but put them in there this way so that everything is still contained, but then not piled up on each other like this. I did have this stored this way, so I don't know what happened to those shells. Maybe when I did this, when I was trying to close it, maybe I crushed them. But thankfully I have a couple of shells left that, there are two things that make this okay. One, there are a couple of shells that he got me that are still intact, and then the other thing is he gets them for me every time we go down to LBI, and we go down there a lot. So I still have plenty of shells to scrapbook that he picked up for me. So that is the process of my binder so far, and I don't know. I just wanted to share it with you. So there you go, and again, I'm gonna work on a process video now.